recorded.
To the Diamond Factory. I'm excited to be here again in front of you. My name is Phyllis Nash. I am Chief Sales Officer here at Akana, also one of the 4 co-founders, and really welcoming you. For those that don't know, this is the Diamond Factory. This is where we encourage you to start your day off with people that have like minds, that are positive before you go out into this world. And so, we have on Wednesdays our phenomenal motivational coach, pastor, just so many things that we get to partake in every Wednesday morning. But before I bring him on, I would like to give you a few announcements that are coming up. One of the things we know that we have had our Dallas trip boot camp announced. Those tickets for the boot camp are in your back office. So all roads lead to Dallas, March 8th through 10th. Hope to see you there. Then, of course, we're talking about April, but guys, we will blink and it will be here. April 20th here in Chicago. The 20th actually falls on a Saturday, so we're going to have that convention right here, so all of you lifers and black card holders can enjoy your EE system. So I'm so excited for those that won't be able to, experience that until then, but you want to get here to Chicago. And then we're also going to have an event on February the 10th, myself and Aisha, Aisha Johnson, we're partnering together, and the phenomenal Sharon Dorsey. We will be out in the south suburbs. I failed to put that up during the week, but I promise when we get off, it will be on your Facebook live and Facebook group page, a kind of Facebook page. So please make sure you go out there. Tell everybody there are tons of distributors in the south suburbs, and we want you to get those tickets. There's limited space at this location, guys, but we're going to be out there sharing the elevation experience, body contouring, and information from Sharon Dorsey, our partner and co-partner with Dr. Prince. So that event will be out there. But today, what's going on? It is going on at headquarters. We are encouraging, as I asked, the call of action for distributors to come out, show up, and bring a guest, for the people to be exposed, to hear about the bioscan, to get their blood type testing, to have an elevation experience, to make a decision if they want to join us in business and as a customer or as both. So guys, I encourage you, step up. And there are times that we know that you invite guests and just can't make it yourself, but that should not be that should be the exception and not the rule. So we're asking for you to come out also. And guys, the best way to ensure a guest is sitting right next to you in the seat is picking them up. So without further ado, I'm going to go on and bring on our own Coach Dan. Coach Dan, would you unmute and take it away? Okay. I've been talking. I didn't get a call. Let me check my text. I didn't get a text. He might be in the air flying somewhere. And you know what happens when my speaker, for whatever reason, didn't make it. It is audience participation. And guess what? I see somebody on here, because guess what? I don't waste time. I just go from one pivot and do what is the best. So I see somebody on here that I haven't seen on the morning calls all the time. I see a couple of people, so y'all know y'all getting ready to get called on. But this young lady is near and dear to my heart, because when she first came, she's gone through the stages of what a real MLM distributor does. She came in with doubt. She came in with disbelief. She came in with criticism, doubt in the people that were leading the company. I don't know so much if she doubted us, but doubted the process of MLM. Let's say it that way. I saw her in the room with arms folded, but she was there for a real good reason. She had just met the man of her dreams. So she was, even though she wasn't all in, she was coming to support him. But I have seen her blossom. I have seen her go out there and be a real business builder. I have seen her go out there and build teams, be on in front of the room, talk, and every time she does, I know she knows who she is now. She always drops nuggets. So, Skinny Minnie, my love, Ann Mooney, could you just unmute and say the journey that you have had with Akana and what you did? You guys just did a phenomenal event with one of your distributors. Just talk about that a little bit. You know, people think things happen overnight, but that was a journey for you. And so, if it was one thing you could share, because I already shared how you came into the business, that you were doubting and then came in full blast when you got started. But why don't you talk about Linnell and how that process went and what just happened a couple of weeks ago? Because people think things happen overnight and they don't. Skinny Minnie, take it away.
Great morning, Phyllis. I'm gonna get you. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So, speaking on what Phyllis mentioned about Linnell, I'll just start off to say that yes, Phyllis had me down to the T. I was definitely a skeptic. I was very doubtful, nose turned up, arms crossed, and I just was saying to my boyfriend at the time, now my husband, is this what we doing? Because in my ignorant mind, all I knew of is the war on drugs, the being high and going to jail for it. But anyway, as they pulled me in, which I fell in love with the company, the process, the products. I will say you have to be a product of a product, right? And you have to know your why. So fast forward to this Linnell person after being in Akana now for since what, a year old, maybe into the business. So I think I'm
Yes.
about 3 years into the business.
Mhm.
Linnell was part of my chicken list. And for those who don't know, Linnell Harris is very influential person. He comes on WVON AM radio. He's my coach slash big brother now. I have a great relationship with him, but still was intimidated by him to pursue him with Akana, right? Because when you think of MLM, let's just be honest, a lot of people turn their nose up, but not knowing that he was a part of many MLMs, and he has this thing that he said he has to sign up to one at least once a year because he knows the benefit of them. So fast forward, I began to court Linnell when it comes to business. I shot my shot like 3 different times. He was on my chicken list, and like I said, he was on my chicken list because I was intimidated by him. I thought he would turn me down. I was in my own way, in my own head. Fast forward after courting him for maybe 3 years, he signed up as a distributor when we had the founders package, right? But he still didn't do anything. What gravitated to Linnell and got his attention was the detox, the reset, as my husband liked to call it, the flat belly. Of course, Linnell had the package in his home. He even did it himself. His sister-in-law did it. Everybody had great results, but that still did not win him over. What won him over was I coached some mutual friends of his that did 21 days, and he heard of the testimony from this gentleman and his wife. And the testimony was the husband did not want to do the 21 day. It was the wife. But when day 9 came, the wife wanted to give up. However, the husband continued to go full throttle. So, of course, the wife was on board. He said it was a life changing event for him. He said that he had some shoes that he had not wore in 4 years because of the inflammation and the waist and the fat that was on him. He thought that his feet had grown, but being on the flat belly, he lost well over 21 pounds. I want to say about 23 pounds, and the wife lost 16 pounds. And let me correct that, not pounds, but waist. He talked about how he had full energy. He never felt this way in so many years in his latter early years when he was in college. But that spoke to Linnell because Linnell personally, I'm assuming, knows what he deal with health wise and was able to see him. So after that, he reached out to me and he was just like, "Hey, Ann," he asked me all these questions. Mind you, he's a distributor, right? He signed up as a distributor and he's asking me all these questions and I'm answering them. And he says to me, How can we get this on automation, what you do? And what he was referring to in my husband's voice, Ann Mooney is a good coach. I'm a good coach. I put full throttle in it. I'm personable about it. I do a different level from others. It's not dismounting what other people do, but for me, when I'm going to touch them, I'm going to give it my all and put my heart into it because one, I love people, and two, I know my why and purpose. So as I talked to Linnell, he came up with a game plan. He says, we're going into the beginning of year 2024, and he's talked about how God spoke to him and told him people can't set goals because their body is cluttered with waste. Their mind is just weighed down from life. And he said a detox reset is not just for the physical aspect, but internally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritual. So he talked about me, how we can have a game plan, myself, him, and my husband. Came up with a plan. Of course, y'all know Minister Mooney is a strategist all by himself. So his input was very well needed and wanted. And I was just a person behind the computer doing auto text messages, encouraging. Me and my husband spoke on a platform for his Slay Your Goal community. Mind you, this man has a plethora of followers. And I think well over 30 people did the 7-day reset. And I myself and Linnell and myself is I, but myself, my husband and Linnell, we actually walked these people through the process, coached them, life-changing events, great testimony. Let me give you one testimony that blew my mind, right? For those may not be excited about this, you have to understand that as women, we have 7 different channels to eliminate our waste and detox. And being on your cycle is kind of one of them. So it was one lady on a call to text me, and she was like, "Oh my God, this." She said, "I don't know how excited I am about this, but I am excited about what my body is doing." She said, "So I thought I was going into premenopause or menopause itself, and I haven't gotten a cycle in over a year." This lady got her cycle by doing the 7-day detox, and she continued to do it. She talked about the waste and things that was eliminated from her body. She talked about the energy she had, not believing that she would get a cycle at the age of 60, y'all. 60, right? Again, she's not thrilled about going through that process, but she's thrilled knowing that her body is talking to her and her body is responding in what it needs. So sometimes we may not be happy about how our body is responding, but sometimes we have to sit back and listen to our body because it tells us what it needs. So it needed to do that. How long that process has been for her, if she still has her cycle, I'm not sure, but that was one of the testimonies. And since I've been doing the detox, I have not experienced that with no one. So I thought that was liberating, right? And I know that we have a product that is working. So that is my testimony. I want to say, get out your own way. Whatever you think is in your mind, it's the chatter, right? It ain't so. Let the system work for itself. Know your why and continue to pursue the chicken list.
Awesome.
Back to you, sir.
And you gave so many nuggets, as I knew you would, girl, because one of the things I want you all to remember, first of all, think about her process. For the new people that came on, some of you know her story, how doubtful she is, how skeptic she was, and her transition from doubtful to a full-blown what you just heard. But that's a story and a lesson in itself, because those people are out there. But sometimes you don't have to push them. You just have to keep feeding it. You just have to keep dropping nuggets. And with her, it was easier because, hey, she was there with her boyfriend at the time, then fiance, then husband. So she had a vested interest for being there. But for those people that don't show up at your events, just send them a real little reminder. Send them little videos of what we're doing. Send them events that we're doing and keep them informed. The other thing she said to me that was key was that when Linnell did get it, he wanted to put it on automation. Automation equals duplication to me. See, I'm somebody that's in business wearing a lot of hats, wants something simple and easy. They don't want something that's going to take forever. We have a very good system in place, especially with our apps. You inform people, you give people there like they did on a something that he was doing anyway. He already has a stage. He already has a following. So he brought them to expose and educate about Akana and what we have to his marketplace. And then how do you continue that? We have apps. Ann took the job of doing and coaching the people that did decide to come on. Now, out of those people, guess what? There are a whole lot of people, 30 people doing the cleanse, y'all, on his first exposure. And you're going to say, oh, that was him because he has the audience. Well, I'm going to solve that problem for you too in a minute. 30 people that did that. You don't think those 30 people have family, friends that want to actually duplicate what they did? Or by any chance, don't be afraid after they've gotten results to say this is a business opportunity. Don't know if you are interested, but if you are, we're doing a webinar on the business benefits of being an Akana. You'll pick up some distributors definitely that way. So, Ann, I always compliment Mooney, and I include you, but I'm just bringing it all to you right now. And thank you for you loving to help people. You love being that coach. So thank you for that. Everybody plays a part. Linnell had the team. That is the system. You all were able to speak on his stage to educate more people about what we do. And guys, that is a thing that you can use, especially if you're like the Moonies and say this is their plan B, what they want this to look like in the next 3 to 5 years, where they want this to. They are laying and have laid the groundwork and continue to do so, which brings me to I did a training the other night. I put it out there for you. I was invited on someone else's stage. See, this is these are their referrals. These are their market. This is their warm market. This is their community. But they invited me to speak. And so for many of you, I put it on the site. I put it on Facebook page because I wanted you to see how you could use that for those of you that want to take your business to the next level. How do you get on other people's stages and start branding yourself and start, getting into other markets that you don't have access to? A lot of people say, well, I've run out of family and friends and I just don't know. But people that are doing things. You have church groups that have health and wellness events. You have a social club that have health and wellness events. Every company out there, corporation right now, always does something about health and wellness, because if they have their employees and their associates healthy, they can be more productive. Now, I'm not talking about people that say, hey, I just want $300 to $500 a month. That's good. I'm not talking to you. But if you want to take your business to a next level, that training, even though was a presentation for those people that I was invited to do it, but for all of you all that were invited, it was a way for you to say, I can get on someone else's stage. I can share this, because from that, I got people that join the business. I've got people that are committed to doing the cleansing. And so it's just another way of you being able to take your business to another level. I always talk about collaborations. That's an excellent way of collaborating and getting into someone else's market for people that you've never talked to, that you normally wouldn't be exposed to, but then it does. Then it opens it up. I got a call and said, I want to try the product. Absolutely love it. I got some things that I'm doing for the next couple of weeks. I can't commit. And this is somebody that would be a chicken list person. She said, but I'm going to do the cleanse. But I just want to know one thing, Phyllis. And I said, yes. She said, do I have to become a distributor and sell? And I said, no. There are different areas how you can participate. You might just want to be a customer. She said, I got too many things on my plate. I'm too busy. I don't want to do that. I do want the benefits. And I'm like, Lynn, there's no problem. You don't have to do any selling. You don't have to become a distributor. You can simply become a customer, get healthy. And she said, and then in the next breath, she said, because girl, I know a ton of people. I know she does. And I know they all need what you have. And I have no problem referring them to you. So again, if you don't get out of your comfort zone, for those of you that want this to be that plan B, that you can do some things in the next 3 to 5 years. I always say 3 to 5 years because I'm conservative. It can be done a lot faster than that. There are ways, but you got to step. So for on Monday night, that was a training that I was sharing. I invited a lot of you, put it out there on the post so that you could see how you can take your business and elevate it to the next level. Open the door to people that you've not been associated with. You know, people want you to share your information on their platform. They might not say, hey, I want to be in the platform. But after the lady that invited me to the platform saw it, she said, I think this makes a lot of sense, Phyllis. Let's talk in a week. She's on her way out of the country. Let's talk in a week and see where we go. So you never know what's happening. And these are chicken list people. Go after your chicken list, guys. Go after them in the collaborative way, and you'll never know how it'll end up. They might be saying, wow, I think this is so good, I'm joining. Or wow, I love what you're doing, and I'm going to refer everybody to you. But those are the ways that you get out there and take your business to another level. And what better time and way to do it, because now you have so many awesome tools all in one place, your app. With that being said, guys, I will see you tonight. For people in Chicago, I just know you all are not going to let us down. You're going to be there with a guest. We're looking forward to it. We're going to have a short and sweet situation, and we're going to build this thing so that we can be an example all across the country of how we're going to build $1 billion big by 2025. So with that being said, go out and push. Having a kind of day. See you back here tomorrow morning. Bye.